Hello and welcome to Chapter 3, Episode number 1 of WITM the Prequel, the final chapter of WITM the Prequel before we move on to WWE 2K20 and WITM Season 6. In WITM the Prequel Chapter 1, we focused on the first two WITM members and founders of WITM Car Wrestling, Corey and Andrew, and their tag team, the Eliminators, and their journey to the WWE. In Chapter 2, we focused on the creations of WITM board member Dalton Roush and their journey to WWE, as well as Gerald and AOT Master's journey to WWE. And now in Chapter 3, we will be completely focused on the creations of WITM board member Aaron, featuring 7 of his creations, all of which we will see in action in this first week of this episode. Now we are in the year 2018. Aaron's creation started joining the WWE on the timeline in early 2019, so we are in April 2018, actually starting in the second week of April, not the first week, as none of his characters were booked for the first week, but we will see all 7 of them in action. We'll kick things off for the first time in a while with a women's match, as Rose is going to be taking on WITM veteran Chelsea Blackburn. And then we will see all of the men in action in one match, as going to be all 3 members of the Blood Brothers, Captain Casey, Jack Hayes, Dylan Hayes, versus the Generation, Aaron Danger, Zims, and WITM veteran Matt Olson, bringing a veteran presence to the Generation. Before we get into the in-ring action, you probably may be wondering what happened during the 2 weeks I ascended in between Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. Well, let's find out. These are your WITM champions heading into Chapter 3. We'll start off with the Cruiserweight title, currently held by WITM veteran Eric Garrity. Jason Starr was the Cruiserweight champion at the end of Chapter 2. During the sim, he dropped the title to Ikemba Oni, who dropped the title to Eric Garrity, who dropped it back to Ikemba Oni, who dropped it back to Eric Garrity. So it's been basically 2 years of back and forth between Ikemba Oni and Eric Garrity over the WITM Cruiserweight title. No man has held the title more than twice. Eric Garrity has 2 reigns. Ikemba Oni has 2 reigns. Feature Chapter 2 star Austin Rage has held it once, as has fellow star Gerald. Boston Dippy and Jason Starr have each held the title once. Eric Garrity has spent the most time with the title, 209 days. Ikemba Oni is second at 168. Jason Starr third at 148. Then Boston Dippy at 49. Featured Chapter 2 stars Austin Rage sits at 5th at 42. Gerald 4 weeks, equaling 28 days, in 6th. Next up, the WITM tag titles. They are currently held by the Texas Revolution. At the end of Chapter 2, the European Union was holding the titles, fending off the bank robbers. Feature Chapter 2 stars Dalton, Roush, and DJ Rage. They were going to drop the title to the Texas Revolution during the sim, who dropped it to La Tormenta, who dropped it to the Bikers, who dropped it to the Texas Revolution, who dropped it to Heavy Metal, who dropped it back to the Texas Revolution. Texas Revolution has had the most reigns with the title at 7 times. La Tormenta comes in second at 4. Surprisingly, after about 6 years, only Texas Revolution and La Tormenta have had multiple reigns of the title. It has then been the Eliminators, Heavy Metal, European Union, and the Bikers, and Eric Garrity and Jason Starr at one time each with the title. Texas Revolution has spent the most time with the titles at 180 days, a team that hasn't existed in years. Eric Garrity and Jason Starr still hold second place with 631 days. La Tormenta is third at 280. European Union barely in fourth at 57. Heavy Metal in fifth at 56, actually tied with the Bikers, rather. Heavy Metal and The Bikers both held the title for 56 days during their reigns. The original WITM Tag Team Champions, the Eliminators, had the least amount of time on the title at 28 days. Next up, the WITM Women's title, the division that Rose will be competing in, we will see in action shortly. The current champion is Monique Simmons. At the end of the sim, she was at the end of Chapter 2, I believe she was the champion. She dropped the title to Ellen Foster, who dropped it back to Monique Simmons, who dropped it to Jamie Love, who dropped it to Ellen Foster, who dropped it back to Monique Simmons, who dropped it back to Ellen Foster. Monique Simmons has had an impressive 11 reigns with the title, including her current reign. Jamie Love sits in second with 6 reigns. Ellen Foster is third with 3, and Chelsea Blackburn has held it twice. Monique Simmons has spent the most amount of time with the title at 134 days and counting, as she is the current champion. Jamie Love is second at 756, Ellen Foster third at 224, and Chelsea Blackburn fourth at 188 days. And the current WITM World Heavyweight Champion is James Collison. The champion at the end of the sim was, I believe, Collison. He would drop the title surprisingly to someone from the Cruiserweight division, Jason Starr, who dropped it to someone from the tag division, Wolfgang Krieger, who dropped it to James Collison, who dropped it to the Nightmare Drake, who dropped it to James Collison, who dropped it to Kalina Mahi-I, who dropped it to James Collison, who dropped it to the Nightmare Drake, who dropped it back to James Collison. Collison has had the most reigns of the title at 8 times, and second, a current member of the Cruiserweight division, Jason Starr, at 6. Third is Kalina Mahi-I with 4th. Wolfgang Krieger, currently of the tag division, is in 4th with 3. The Nightmare Drake has held the title twice. Maximus Blackburn has held the title once, and Triple H was just a placeholder. Collison has spent the most time on the title at 812 days. Jason Starr is second at 518. Wolfgang Krieger is third at 209. Nightmare Drake is fourth at 196. Kalina Mahi-I is fifth at 168. Maximus Blackburn 6th at 84. And Triple H is just a placeholder. So we are going to get into our in-ring action and see the Generation and Blood Brothers in action. Before we do, we're going to hear from one member each of each stable to kind of introduce us a little bit to the Blood Brothers and the Generation, and then we'll get into the in-ring action, starting with Rose versus Chelsea Blackburn in a rare women's match here on WITM. So let's hear from a representative from the Blood Brothers and a representative from the Generation. Okay, so now it's time to hear from a representative of each stable that will be featured in Chapter 3 of the prequel. We are first going to be hearing from Captain Casey of the Blood Brothers, speaking to us backstage about what the future holds for himself and the Blood Brothers. Let's hear what he has to say. My name is Captain Casey, and I represent the Blood Brothers. And everything you need to know about us is right in the name. Jack and Dylan Hayes are brothers by birth, and I am practically an adopted brother to them. Which means that we have a bond that can't be broken, and an in-ring chemistry that can't be beat. Because they do say, after all, that blood alone moves the wheels of history. And tonight, we will make history, and start moving that wheel straight to the top, after we beat the Generation. Alright, we have heard from Captain Casey of the Blood Brothers. Now let's hear from a member of their opposition tonight, the other stable featured in Chapter 3 of the prequel, the Generation, their leader, Aaron Danger. They say WITM is about building the next generation of superstars. And that's exactly what we are. It's right in the name. Because we are 4 stars, bringing every aspect you need to succeed. My own high-flying abilities, the power of Zims, the veteran presence and leadership of Matt Olson, and the beauty and strength of Rose. Together, we are the next generation of wrestling, so get used to us now, because we will define the future of professional wrestling. Alright, so there is your introduction to our two featured stables. Wow, I cannot say that name tonight. The Blood Brothers, consisting of Captain Casey, Jack, and Dylan Hayes, and Degeneration. Their lineup has changed quite a bit through the years. You'll see it change more heading into Season 6, but the original lineup that starting out here in the Indies is Aaron Danger, Zims, and the veteran since the beginning of Season 1, Matt Olson, bringing, like Danger mentioned, that veteran presence and leadership to the generation to complement to maybe bring some leadership and advice to the debuting Aaron Danger and Zims and Rose as well, who will be competing in the women's division, of course. Now, these are stables, but all of these men are actually competing in the heavyweight division. But we are first going to turn our focus to the women's division and a rare women's match here in WITM. Rose, part of the Generation and the girlfriend of Generation member Zims, is going to be making her in-ring debut against the veteran presence around since the beginning of the WITM Indy and a former women's champion in Chelsea Blackburn, wife of former World Heavyweight Champion Maximus Blackburn. Let's get our first match of the episode and the in-ring debut of Rose underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from the other side of darkness, LC Blackburn.
No matter how I try, I have no disguise. Pursuing, it breathes its life in me. Deep inside me, demons inside me, vision blurs. The horrors that I see, the hell that surrounds me, and it burns. The voices that I hear come out of nowhere, so clear. Words that consume me, the monster works through me, it returns. No matter how I try to hide, there's no disguise. Pursuing, it breathes its life in me.
Test my reality, shock if there's a weak spot, clinging to insanity in hopes the world will ease up.
And her opponent, from Chicago, Illinois, Roush.
Everyone started out a little insane, but we learned pretty quick how to fake it for the game. But some of you never learned to drop the act, so under that skin of yours a heart attack. 'Cause everybody's so scared, we don't wanna go there, we don't wanna make a move, we got our lives to live, living in the dark world, we just play our part, we're all alone, like I don't know what's going on. Somebody make a move, somebody make a move, please somebody make a move. We all know what's going on. And if I had the answers, I'd have written them out, so I can tell you what to do and what this thing is about. But all I've ever learned comes secondhand, and I dare not preach what I don't understand. You and I, we share the same disease. Cover up, compromise, but we...
Alright, here we go. Some rare women's action here in WITM to kick off Chapter 3 of the prequel. Rose making her in-ring debut. We know that in Season 6, she will be starting off her Season 6 with an NXT Women's Championship match against our current NXT Women's Champion, Mia Yim. But this is her in-ring debut. About 2 years prior to that, here in indie wrestling, in WITM Co Wrestling, it's the veteran presence, former Women's Champion, Chelsea Blackburn, versus suplex from Blackburn. And a kick to the back. Now Blackburn trying to choke out Rose. And a reversal by Rose.
What grace! Float over into the
Rose connects with a DDT. And stomp to the back of the neck of Blackburn. Now trying to target the head. I think that massive mohawk of Chelsea is kind of getting in the way there. So I'm not sure how much of her actual face she's getting, but nonetheless, she goes for cover, and Chelsea powers out a one.
Scoop slam. Oh, look out!
Chelsea and able to get behind Rose and connect with the DDT. Now technical offense going to work on the arm of Rose, trying to neutralize some of her power. And it is locked in well. Are we already going to see an early end to Rose's debut match? She is able to finally break the hold, but how much damage has been done? Now Rose repeatedly slamming the back of the head of Chelsea into the canvas as an arm drag by Blackburn. Rose is able to catch the leg and avoid the kick to the gut. And now Rose with a suplex into a cover, but Chelsea gets a rope break. There's a stomp to the chest. And another. Now Rose locking in a submission.
She better do something fast. She gets
broken up fairly quickly by Blackburn. Now what does Rose have in mind here? She plants Chelsea on the top rope. And there's a reversal by Blackburn with an arm drag. Now Blackburn has Rose lead up against the top rope and launches her halfway across the ring. Now forces her to her feet.
She might have it.
And reversal by Rose. Now an out trip into the ropes. And a lariat from Blackburn, who goes for cover.
And there's a kick out one.
And Rose is able to power out at about 1.5. Now Rose forced to her feet.
Big reversal for her there.
Reversal by Rose with a gut kick and a massive clothesline. Rose now trying to avoid exhaustion in her very first match, now looking for the Rose Salt.
And she's trying to flip the script.
And that's her first attempt at a finisher will be reversed by the veteran Chelsea Blackburn. There you see that veteran presence coming into play versus the, of course, very new, very green Rose. Chelsea going for a high-risk maneuver that will pay off. Now they fight on the outside. And Rose wisely wants to head back to the ring. Now they tie up. Chelsea shoving Rose aside. I believe she's going for a finisher of her own. Planting the head of Rose straight into the canvas. And Rose stays alive. Chelsea in shock that she did not pick up a victory there against the rookie Rose. There's a stomp to the back of the head.
Now the old vicious head crank.
And now cranking the head of Rose.
Oh my goodness, this
Rose forced her feet. There's an elbow and a leg kick. Now Chelsea forces Rose on the ropes. Arship onto the other side and connects with a clothesline. Chelsea starting to get fired up before trying to choke out Rose. Right now it is the veteran Chelsea Blackburn in control.
At this point, you have to wonder if she can recover from this.
There's a headbutt.
Here tonight, I'm pretty shocked to see her absorb so much punishment.
Chelsea again playing dirty, trying to choke the life out of Rose.
She wants it. The referee better get a hold of things.
And now poking the eye of Rose before going for her swinging neck breaker. And Chelsea going for the dirty pin. And that is going to be all she wrote. Rose, unfortunately, is going to take a loss in her in-ring debut to the veteran Chelsea Blackburn.
Deep inside me, a demon's inside me, vision blurs. The horrors that I see, the hell that surrounds me, and it burns. No matter
Okay, so now it's time to see the men of the Blood Brothers and Generation in action. And what better way to do it than to have them face off against each other in a 6-man tag, 3-on-3. On your left, we have Captain Casey, Jack Hayes, and Dylan Hayes of the Blood Brothers. Captain Casey already heading into season 6 and established a pretty accomplished WWE superstar heading into season 6, the Universal Champion. Jack Hayes coming off of a United States Championship reign and a future rematch against current United States Champion Cesaro. Dylan Hayes is pretty new to the WWE. He was introduced pretty late in season 5. We'll have to wait and see what the future holds for him. As for the Generation, you have Aaron Danger, Zims, and Matt Olson on your right. Aaron Danger nearly became North American Champion and winning the winner of the Worlds Collide tournament on his very first night as a WWE superstar in NXT. Zims has gotten close to a title shot set a few times, but has yet to accomplish one. Definitely a bright future ahead for him, though. And Matt Olson will debut as part of the WWE in WITM Season 6. We have to wait and see. We've seen him since the beginning here in WITM. How will he do as a WWE superstar? We'll find out in Season 6. But for now, we turn our attention back to the prequel and the in-ring and indie debuts of all 6 of these men. Will it be the Blood Brothers drawing first blood, or will it be the Generation picking up the victory? Let's find out and get this 6-man tag underway.
Something wrong, something right, something missing. Something black, something light, something different. Don't you ever feel you need to speak to me that way? Something black, something light, something different. Something wrong, something right.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 671 pounds, the Samurai Casey, the Legend Killer Jack Hayes, and the Terror Dylan Hayes, the Blood Brothers.
All this noise in my head, ringing through and echoing. Simple things just take too long. It's not like I'm not listening, but you just keep on flipping it. And maybe one day I'll be gone, gone, gone. Something wrong, something right, something missing. Something black, something light, something different. Don't you ever feel you need to speak to me that way? Something black, something light, something different. Something wrong, something right, something missing. Don't you ever feel you need to speak to me that way?
War is coming swiftly, the border's closing in. We're a company of soldiers, near 40 rifles strong. All alone, stand alone. Our dinner drums burning, and rumble is at hand. As the blitzkrieg's pushing harder, the war is
And their
over.
opponent, at a combined weight of 820 pounds, Lord Aaron Danger, the Anarchist, Thief, and the Superstar Matt Danger, the Generation.
We'll resist and fight, fight hard, 'cause we are all inside. We take up arms and fight. fighting. The numbers will still count. We're outgunned and few in numbers. We're doomed to flag or fail. We fought hard, held our ground. But when captured by the excess and forced to tell the truth, we will tell it with a smile. We will surprise them with a laugh. We are on. We were on. We were told to hold the border, and that is what we did. Onward were our orders in despite of our foe. We will resist and fight hard, 'cause we are all in sight. We take up hearts and fight hard, resist and do what's right. Gloria fortis miles, the Wehrmacht closing in. Adversor et adversus, the war against the Liga. Gloria fortis miles, the Wehrmacht.
Big match here as we kick off this 3.
There's the bell. This match is underway as we see Captain Casey and Aaron Danger first represent their teams. Casey for the Blood Brothers, Danger for the Generation. Of course, as we said, though, these are two stables. These are all men jockeying for position in the heavyweight division. So the 3 men on the winning team will rise up the rankings. Of course, the 3 members of the losing team will be down on the bottom. Danger already getting some of his quickly. We've already seen the double stick. Danger wasting no time getting some of his best offense in. There's an hour trip into the corner. And we see a very early tag to Dylan Hayes. Definitely the powerhouse of the group. Not that any of the members are weak. We've seen Casey in Season 5 slay giants like Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. So, definitely not a weak member in the group at all, but just look at the size of Dylan Hayes. Definitely a powerhouse against a much smaller Aaron Danger of the Generation.
Back down at any point during this match. Thanks to Raw General Manager.
Now working hold locked in. And broken up fairly quickly by Aaron Danger.
Lucky for him, that looked devastating.
Roush up into the Blood Brothers corner. Reversal by Danger.
Beautiful technique.
Roush whip into the Generations corner. They will make their first tag of the match to Zims. But first a double team maneuver. Zims trying to get the crowd behind the Generation.
Parties against Sheamus, Cesaro, and The Miz.
Now Hayes forced up to his feet.
That surprised me since this
Roush up into the ropes. And Hayes is able to catch the leg.
Dean Ambrose fitting perfectly with the Daredevil Hardy Boys.
Huge suplex near the ropes by Dylan Hayes, showing off some of that power we mentioned. And an arm drag by Zims. Reversal by Hayes.
Jeff crushed The Miz with a swanton bomb, and that was all she wrote.
And Zims is going to fight him off and possibly avoid a tag with some elbow strikes. Now an arm trip into the Generations corner. Some clothesline. Dylan trying to get to his corner for a tag, but stopped again by Zims.
He's starting to feel it here.
Who comes off the ropes with an axe handle, and once again trying to get the support of the WITM faithful, but I think they're sure what to think at the moment. These 6 very new superstars making their debut. It seems like they are a bit more behind the Blood Brothers, though. In comes Jack Hayes, the current #1 contender to the United States title, heading into Season 6, making his in-day debut about 2 years prior. Shoves Zims aside. There's an hour trip into the corner and a clothesline by Zims. Now repeated stomps to the elbow by Zims, and now slamming the head repeatedly into the canvas.
It's a big
And reversal by Jack. DDT. Zims quickly makes the tag to Matt Olson, the emerging tag, to take him out of play for the time being. And Jack remains in control so far on offense. Matt Olson, we've seen him since the beginning of WITM, but not as a featured superstar. He is now, as he is a member of the Generation, and will also be heading into WITM Season 6, where he will make his debut as part of NXT alongside the rest of the Generation. Jack possibly looking to end things here, looking for a finisher. And there is the three Union Amigos. Now goes for cover, nearly winning this match for
He's making a statement here with this
the Blood Brothers, but Olsen tires out at about 2. Now it's Olsen finally getting on the attack. With his veteran presence here, definitely bring a lot of experience in a match that consisted of 5 rookies. Be the difference here in this match. Right now, he's being controlled by the Blood Brothers, who are going for a double team attack. And Captain Casey, now the legal man for the Blood Brothers, but Olsen on the attack. There's a running STO and an elbow drop. Casey forced up to his feet, and there's an out trip into the Generation. Clothesline from Olsen. Olsen with a knee to the back of Casey, now taunting him a little bit and keeping his head firmly planted in that canvas.
Great job escaping, trying to turn this thing around. Oh boy, he is rolling. He's looking a little off balance. Better to continue to
Casey's going to fight off Matt's offense. Starship into the Blood Brothers corner. Olsen avoids the clothesline and connects with a massive clothesline of his own.
He's going to need a change in momentum and fast.
Now dragging Casey, trying to get a little closer to center ring, or maybe the Generations corner, and will continue pulling him into the Generations corner, and makes the tag to Zims, arguably the powerhouse of the group. He once again tries to get the support of the WITM faithful before going on the attack. For the ultimate kick, reversed by, sorry, that's something else. Nonetheless, reversed by Casey. There is the stunner from Zims. Goes for cover. It's going to be broken up by Jack, and now we have chaos with 4 men in the ring and a downed official. Zims and Casey are the legal men.
Comes in off the tag.
And he will now make the tag to Aaron Danger.
He obviously came into this match intent on taking the fight to the outside.
Danger launches Casey across the ring. Stomp to the chest, and another. Casey will head to the outside and try to regroup. And that will be successful, as he is now on the attack, and outstrips Danger into the corner and makes a tag to Jack for a double team. Reversal by Danger, who, as the Generation has done often in this match, looking for support of the WITM fans here on the night of their debut. Here comes Jack with a flurry of strikes and a DDT. Reversal by Danger. Arship into the ropes. Sling blade by Danger. Danger tuning up the band. And that's going to be reversed by Jack. Otherwise, we could have possibly seen an end to this match and a win for the Generation. Our ship into the Blood Brothers corner. Goes line by Jack. Stomp to the arm. Danger forced up. And here we go again, the three Union Amigos. And this is going to lead to a victory for the Blood Brothers. Yes, the Blood Brothers are going to score the victory. The Blood Brothers drawing first blood and getting the victory on their debut over fellow featured stable, the Generation.
Man, oh man, look at that. Man, this was great.
Something wrong, something right, something missing. Something black, something light, something different.
And so
Don't you ever feel you need to speak to me that way?
Here are your winners, the Samurai, Casey, the Legend Killer, Jack Hayes, and the Terror, Dylan Hayes, the Blood Brothers.
Okay, and here are your results and rankings update for April 2018, week number 2. Heavy Metal defeated La Tormenta. Chelsea Black, our first match of the episode. Jamie Love defeated the Queen Kitty. The Nightmare Drake defeated Clean Mahi I with no decision for Loopy Dippy in triple threat action. In non-title action, the women's champion Monique Simmons defeated Ellen Foster. The Blood Brothers defeated The Generation in a battle of our debuting featured stables. And in the main event, the Cruiserweight champion Eric Garrity defeated Akimba Oni in non-title action. How does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The Cruiserweight champion is Eric Garrity, number 1 contender Maximus Blackburn, number 2 Jason Starr, number 3 Boston Dippy, and number 4 Akimba Oni. The WITM Tag Team Champions are the Texas Revolution, number 1 contenders Heavy Metal, number 2 the Bikers, number 3 the European Union, and number 4 La Tormenta. The WITM Women's Champion is Monique Simmons, number 1 contender Jimmy Love, number 2 Chelsea Blackburn, number 3 the Queen Kitty, number 4 Ellen Foster, and number 5 Rose. The World Heavyweight Champion in a much larger heavyweight division is James Carlson, number 1 contender The Nightmare Drake, number 2 Jason Adams, number 3 Drago Lycan, number 4 Queen Mahi I, number 5 Captain Casey, number 6 Jack, number 7 Dylan Hayes, number 8 Loopy Dippy, number 9 Matt Olson, number 10 Aaron Danger, and number 11 Zims. Now advanced to week 3, will we see any of the Blood Brothers or Generation in action? Let's find out. Okay, we do indeed have a match for you here in April 2018, week 3. It is going to be a huge one as Matt Olson, the veteran presence who joined the Generation here in Chapter 3, is going to meet his in-ring singles debut as a featured superstar, and his opponent is none other than the WITM World Heavyweight Champion, James Carlson. This is a non-title match, but could potentially lead to a title match should Olson get the victory here. Let's get this non-title match between Matt Olson of the Generation and the WITM World Heavyweight Champion, James Carlson, the U.S. Army veteran, underway.
Making his way to the ring from Fort Wayne, Indiana, weighing in at 224 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, James Collins, Champion.
Byron, is there a chance he gives less than 100% here tonight, given the fact that the title is not up for grabs?
Well, if he does, I can tell you that he's going to get a
And his opponent from Springfield, Illinois, weighing in at 400 pounds, the superstar, Matt Danger.
Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raise it up like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me? 'Cause I'm who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it. Invincible. I feel it. Invincible. Here we go again. I will not give in. I've got a reason to fight. Every day we choose, we might win or lose. This is the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, they say that I'm gone, they say that they've won. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, they're counting me out, but this is my round. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just
Singles action is underway, and in this one, I wouldn't attempt to.
There's the bell. This huge non-title match is underway. Matt Olson could put himself on a path to possibly bringing some gold to Degeneration and maybe getting them a WWE tryout sooner than later if he can defeat the World Heavyweight Champion James Carlson in this non-title matchup. And a bit of a fun fact, the song that Matt Olson came out to, Feel Invincible by Skillet, was originally planned to be the entrance theme for Corey as the Face Holy Warrior in WITM Season 3, but a former board member overruled him and requested he find something else, and that's how Corey found Warrior Inside. But now, about 3 years later, it serves as the entrance music for Matt Olson.
He looks to be a little surprised right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's taking on some offense here, but that's to be
Now,
expected. especially
onto the
with
match,
someone he's
Carlson
in the ring with.
targeting the head of Olson here.
Not to let this get out.
Came up on the losing side last week in the six-man tag, but now in his first singles match as a member of the Generation, definitely not his first singles match overall. He's been around since the beginning of this indie federation, but first singles match as a member of the Generation with an opportunity to defeat the World Heavyweight Champion here tonight.
On the mark. Oh boy, he is rolling.
There's Carlson with a massive elbow strike that sends Olson crashing to the bottom rope and already looking for a finisher. This could be a squash.
This could be all she wrote.
Military press into the backstabber. Are we about to witness a squash victory for the champion Carlson? No, Olson's going to power out at 2. There's a stomp to the chest.
Oh my lord, what a strike.
Knockout blow by Carlson, who checks his military boots for a moment before going back to work, but that allows Olson time to reverse with the elbow strike and a spear.
Connects. There's no reason to lose it.
There's definitely a good way to turn momentum back into your favor. There's a chop from Carlson and another to send Olson to his knees. And an elbow strike. And a clubbing blow. Carlson with just a flurry of strikes here. Kind of about a 12 and counting strikes to have connected. Carlson just on fire tonight, showing why he has had more reigns than anybody as the World Heavyweight Champion and is currently reigning. There's a clothesline from Olson.
Yeah, no kidding.
Goes for cover. Does he defeat the World Heavyweight Champion? No, Carlson powers out immediately.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Olson misses with the kick to the back, and Carlson will connect with a clothesline, now forcing Olson up.
Nobody controls the pace of
Olsen just simply shoves Carlson aside.
He's fighting back here.
I expected nothing less, Cole.
There's a punch to the gut, and another, and another. Carlson connects with a DDT. Is going to bust open Matt Olsen under that mask. But Olsen fights on, powering out at 2.5. Carlson starting to show a little frustration here, asking himself what it will take to put Matt Olsen away and gain more momentum as a champion. Now Carlson taunting his opponent a little bit, keeping his head plunged into the canvas with his knee.
He looks for it once again.
Now Carlson again with that military press into a backstabber.
But he's running on fumes here. Does he have enough left in
Would
him?
that be what it takes to put Olsen away as he goes for cover near center ring?
And an earful.
No, still Olsen fights on. Hasn't had a lot of offense in this match, but showing good resiliency as you see Carlson starting to get tired. Could that be what turns momentum into Olsen's favor?
These guys is going to
Possibly
with the win here
a difference maker in this non-title matchup.
Also accepting defeat.
You gotta believe this.
Olsen with the fireman's carry and plunging Carlson on the top rope. And now Olsen playing a little dirty, stomping on the groin of Carlson, showing he's willing to do whatever it takes to get the non-title victory. Now a spine buster into a cover. And he gets a 2 count. Now it's Olsen asking himself what it will take to win this match.
He's lining him up.
Olsen now looking for a finisher.
This is it.
And that will connect. Olsen smash with a huge non-title victory for Matt Olsen. He has defeated the World Heavyweight Champion, and has he lined himself up for a future title shot? We'll find out in the upcoming rankings.
These superstars put on quite a show. Here's it on the look.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go. Living the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up, they're knocking me down. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky. Nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me break.
Here is your winner, the superstar, Matt Danger.
Like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me? 'Cause I'm. Who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it. Invincible.
Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for April 2018, Week 3. In non-title action, the WITM Women's Champion Monique Simmons defeated Jamie Love. Ellen Foster defeated the Queen Kitty. Matt Olsen picked up a huge non-title victory over the World Heavyweight Champion James Carlson. How far does that move him up the rankings? Is he in line for a future title shot? We will find out shortly. Queen Amahi I defeated Drago Laken. Maximus Blackburn defeated Akimba Oni. Eric Garrity defeated his former tag partner Jason Starr in non-title action. And in title action, the Texas Revolution retained their WITM tag titles over Heavy Metal. Now, does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The Cruiserweight Champion is Eric Garrity, number contender Maximus Blackburn, number 2 Boston Digby, number 3 Jason Starr, number 4 Akimba Oni. The WITM Tag Team Champions are the Texas Revolution, number contenders the Bikers, number 2 Heavy Metal, number 3 the European Union, and number 4 La Tormenta. The WITM Women's Champion is Monique Simmons, number contender Chelsea Blackburn, number 2 Jamie Love, number 3 Ellen Foster, number 4 the Queen Kitty, and number 5 Rose. The World Heavyweight Champion is James Carlson, number contender the Nightmare Drake, number 2 Tyson Adams, number 3 Drago Lake, and number 4 Queen Amahi I, number 5 Captain Casey, number 6 Jack. Matt Olsen does move up 2 spots to the ranking. Unfortunately, he was near the bottom with the rest of the generation, so he moves up to number 7. Still a bit of a long way to go before earning a title shot, despite the non-title victory, but making progress. Number 8 is Dylan Hayes, number 9 Loopy Dippy, number 10 Aaron Danger, and number 11 Zims. Now we move on to our 4th and final week of the episode, April 2018, Week 4. Will it see any of the Blood Brothers or Generation in action? Let's find out. Okay, and we do indeed have one final match for you in this episode. It will once again see Matt Olson in action, trying to keep the momentum going following his non-title victory over the World Heavyweight Champion last week. This time he takes on a former World Heavyweight Champion in Kalina Mahi'ai of Hawaii, who has been around since the beginning of the WITM Indie Federation, but we have yet to see in action. We will hear in this final match of the episode. Will Matt Olson keep his momentum going, or will he fall to the power of the big Kalina Mahi'ai? Let's find out and get our final match of the episode underway.
Hawaiians, Jamaicans, Samoans, Tongans, Maori and Australians. We are all related by the high.
Making his way to the ring from Kona, Hawaii, weighing in at 245 pounds, KLNO.
Fathers and Ohanas know the Tiki boys are back in this bitch like Hana-ho. H.I. rubber slipper hip hop. I keep stepping and you'll never see this flip flop. That's how we do. Now all my island people, tourists you can scream to. One for the money, two for the islanders, 3 fingers down, everybody trying shockers. I'm Batman, Batman, Batman. On the mic, I'm Batman, Batman, Batman. One for the money, yeah, 2 for the islanders, 3 fingers down. All my brothers trying shockers. I'm Batman, Batman, Batman.
With the white
I'm
man,
Batman, Batman, Batman.
bad man to me might be good man to you.
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No surrender, no.
And his opponent from Springfield, Illinois, weighing in at 400 pounds, the superstar, Matt Danger.
Knocking me down. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved. You're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky. Nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible. Earthquake powerful. Just like a tidal wave. You make me brave. You're my titanium fight song. Raise it up. Like the roar of victory in a stadium. Who can touch me? 'Cause I'm. Who can stop me tonight? You make me feel invincible. I feel it. Invincible. I feel it. Invincible. Here we go again. I will not give in. I've got a reason to fight. Every day we choose, we might win or lose. This is the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, they say that I'm gone, they say that they won. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, they're counting me out, but this is my round. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful.
And we're underway. Look at these two.
The battle of this match is underway as Mahi'ai and Olsen trade blows.
Now would be a good time to do that. These guys
There's a
are gonna
clothesline from Mahi'ai,
over and over again.
but a reversal from Olsen.
Vicious attack.
Strike by Olsen, but misses wildly with a kick to the back. Last week, Olsen was able to defeat an experienced opponent and the World Heavyweight Champion. in James Carlson. Of course, Olsen experienced himself, but now he takes on another man who's been there since the beginning and a former World Heavyweight Champion, and Mahi Ai. Both these men would love to climb up the rankings and perhaps get the next shot at Carlson or the Nightmare Drake, who he defends his title against tonight. As Mahi Ai is starting to get fired up. There's a stomp to the chest. Mahi Ai still remains in control. Now drags Olsen closer to center ring. And looking to make quick work of Matt Olsen. But Olsen powers out just about immediately. There's a strike to the head by Mahi Ai.
Boom, what impact!
Now targeting the head of Olsen. And Olsen is going to get back to his feet and reverse with some punches.
Just how much strength is carrying your opponent around
Now
like this?
Olsen,
Let's put it this way.
not an easy task, but
Never be able to.
throwing the big clean on Mahi Ai across the ring. And a quick knee to the head and stomp to the back. Now a stomp to the head. Stomp to the gut.
He's starting to stumble here.
Now
He needs to
taunting
create some space.
Mahi Ai
Back on the
and
offense.
planting his head into the canvas. Now the advantage is switched over to Olsen, it seems.
Yeah, but he's still in
But
control.
just as I say that, Mahi Ai is able to reverse the fireman's carry and connect with a signature of his own. The rapid punches into a slap across the face, into a submission.
He's definitely starting to lose it here.
And it's locked in well. How much damage is going to be done to that arm, or could we see this in the match? This match will continue, but again, how much of that power of Olsen has been neutralized?
But good thing. I don't think he could have taken much more of that.
There's another reversal into another submission by Mahi Ai. This time targeting the head, the STF.
Leverage here.
And in good position near center ring.
Nobody controls the pace of a match. He forces his way free.
And
he just
the hold has been broken, but again, how much damage has been done? There's a spine buster from Olsen. And Olsen, again, not afraid to play a little dirty with that stomp to the groin. That's one way to keep any man down, no matter how big and tough they are. And now Olsen looking for a finisher. Olsen smash connects. That move to beat the heavyweight champion last week, but this time Mahi Ai is going to power out at 2. Olsen is in shock. There's a reversal by Mahi Ai, trying to turn momentum back into his favor. And a reversal by Olsen. There's an Irish whip into the corner. And a clothesline. Now targeting the arm of Mahi Ai. And a knee to, I believe, the neck of Mahi Ai.
He gets
The reversal by Kalina. Olsen is able to avoid the clothesline, has Mahi Ai in fireman's carry position, and tosses him into the ropes.
talk about this superstar's
Great power shown by Olsen against a big and tough opponent. Now Olsen goes for cover, and Mahi Ai powers out right away. Olsen is in shock. He thought he did a lot more damage than that, but he still remains confident, looking for support of the WITM faithful. And now again, trying to humiliate Mahi Ai with the knee, plunging his head into the canvas. Olsen's able to catch, or rather, Mahi Ai catches the leg of Olsen and hits with the clothesline. Now again, those rapid strikes. The signature of Mahi Ai goes for cover. And yet another near fall. This time, Olsen powering out at 2.5. Reversal by Olsen before Kalino can capitalize. Gut punches reversed by Mahi Ai with one of his own, and now some more strikes by Mahi Ai, but reversal by Olsen into a spine buster. Olsen drags Mahi closer center ring and goes for a cover.
Going for the cover. 1, 2.
And somewhat anticlimactically, Olsen's going to score another big victory over a veteran opponent, this time Kalina Mahi.
And here's another look at what made that match so special. Who could forget this?
Target on my back, lone survivor last. They got me in the sights. No surrender, no trigger, fingers go. Living the dangerous life. Hey, 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 every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up, they're knocking me down. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand.
Here is your winner, the superstar, Matt Danger.
Okay, and here are your results and rankings update for April 2018, week 4, our final rankings update of the episode. That saw Maximus Blackburn defeat Jason Starr, Matt Olsen defeat Kalina Mahi in our final featured match of the episode, European Union defeat La Tormenta, Eric Garrity defeated Boston Dippy, Monique Simmons retained her women's title over Chelsea Blackburn, James Collison retained the World Heavyweight title over the Nightmare Drake, and in the main event and a rematch of last week's tag title match, Texas Revolution once again beat Heavy Metal. And how does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The Cruiserweight champion is Eric Garrity, number contender Maximus Blackburn, number 2 Akimba Oni, number 3 Boston Dippy, number 4 Jason Starr. The WITM Tag Team champions are the Texas Revolution, number contenders the European Union, number 2 the Bikers, number 3 Heavy Metal, and number 4 La Tormenta. WITM Women's Champion is Monique Simmons, number contender Jamie Love, number 2 Chelsea Blackburn, number 3 Ellen Foster, number 4 the Queen Kitty, number 5 Rose. I just realized Monique Simmons doesn't have any eyebrows. WITM World Heavyweight Champion is James Collison, number contender Tyson Adams, number 2 the Nightmare Drake, number 3 Drago Lake, and number 4 Captain Casey, number 5 Matt Olsen, number 6 Kalina Mahi, number 7 Jack, number 8 Dylan Hayes, number 9 Loopy Dippy, number 10 Aaron Danger, number 11 Zims. So that is going to do it for episode number 1 of chapter 3 of the prequel. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of WITM action. If you're watching via an embedded Facebook link, be sure to like the page, like the post, and comment. And until episode number 2 of the prequel, this is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.